Hello everyone, this is Sabrina with Sabrina's Crafty Home Decor, and here we are going to make a wall hanger. So I've taken 5 12-inch paint sticks, and I'm using large crafting sticks that I have measured and am cutting to glue across the paint sticks to hold them into place. So I'm using Gorilla wood glue as well as some hot glue on the edges for an immediate hold while the wood glue sets. And here I am using more paint sticks to make a frame, and this is my little electric saw my kids bought me for Christmas a couple years ago. This thing is so handy, I love it. And I'm cutting the end pieces for the frame. And I just used the Gorilla wood glue to glue those into place. Once I glued this into place, I let it sit for a couple of hours to set. And now I'm coming back to paint. So I am using Waverly Plaster chalk paint for the frame, and for the back for the inside and also for the back, I will be using Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. So while I'm painting here, I'm going to explain about the rope bottle you just saw me put in there. I did this for another craft, and one bottle makes 2 pieces. I didn't do a tutorial for the first time though, so you're not going to get to see how I made that rope bottle, but I'm going to try to explain and hopefully make sense. So I took a Dr. Pepper bottle and I smothered it in Vaseline, and then I used blue painter's tape and taped all the way around the bottle, the bottom all the way up the neck, and around the body, until the bottle and the Vaseline was covered. And then I started at the bottom of the bottle and glued a tight spiral with my rope at the very center of the bottom of the bottle. And then you just keep gluing using hot glue. You just keep gluing and wrapping that rope around and around and around all the way around the bottle, and just keep it tight because you don't want gaps. So just wrapping it all the way around the bottle, and I think I went about halfway to 3/4 of the way up the neck of the bottle. And then once all of that is glued and you've wrapped the entire bottle, then you are going to, I used a box cutter, and I cut the rope in half. This is where the Vaseline comes into play. It keeps that paint from actually sticking to the bottle, so when you cut your rope in half, it'll just pull right off of the glass bottle. So and then you get 2 half bottles and 2 projects off of the one bottle that you wrapped. I hope that makes sense. And now I'm dry brushing the Waverly Plaster on the Burnt Umber on the back, and then I'm dry brushing Burnt Umber onto the frame. And here I'm using Jolie Black Antiquing Wax. I'm paying special attention to the corners of the wood and just painting it all over. It gives it kind of I really like the grungy, rustic, dirty look. So it's just giving it an aged look to the wood, dirtying it up a little bit. And now I'm just doing touch-up painting. You'll have to excuse my mess. I have a very small workspace. So now I am painting using the Waverly plaster chalk paint and painting the rope, bottle rope with that. I'm not looking for complete coverage. You can see there's still a little bit of rope showing through, and that's fine. So now I'm taking some jute twine and I'm wrapping around the neck of the bottle for two reasons. I like how it looks, for one, and for two, you want to wrap it real tight because it's giving some more shape to the neck of the bottle, because when you cut it off it kind of widens and loses some of its shape, so that it tightens it up and puts it back in shape, so it looks like a neck bottle like it's supposed to, or the neck of a bottle like it's supposed to. So, and then I used hot glue to glue it onto the back of our frame that we've made here. And I'm now using some more jute twine and I'm gluing that over the frayed edges to kind of hide those edges and give it a little cleaner look. The edges do fray as you cut them off the glass bottle a little bit, and that's fine because you can fix it like this. And this little pause here is because I burnt my finger with hot glue. This is why they say crafters don't have fingerprints. The hot glue takes care of that for us. Okay, so now I'm just going to paint over the jute twine we just glued around the frayed edges with, again, the Waverly plaster. And now I'm picking a napkin. I had several to choose from, but I did go with the Love napkin. So I'm going to cut. So each napkin has 4 images on it. So you're going to cut one of those images off, and there's usually 3 layers to a napkin. So you're going to peel off the back 2 layers because you just want that thin top layer. And now I'm tearing the edges because if you just Mod Podge it in place with the straight edge, the edges show and it's very obvious. And I like mine to blend. So if you tear the edges and then Mod Podge it into place, the torn edges, it just blends into your craft, so you can't see any edges and it just looks really nice. So I painted a thin layer of Mod Podge on the bottle, and then I placed my napkin in place and then painted another thin layer of Mod Podge over the napkin. And you want to be careful because the napkins do tear easily. And then I used my heat tool to dry it. And then I picked some flowers to put in there. I picked these flowers up at Temu. I absolutely love their flowers. They're very high quality for very inexpensive. For about Dollar Tree prices, but a much better quality flower. So now I'm making a simple bow from some coffee stained cheesecloth that I had coffee stained previously. I wanted to go with a simple bow because I didn't want to take away from the floral arrangement. And then I found an old earring. Well, and this butterfly I'm gluing into place here, I picked that up at Hobby Lobby and glued that into the corner. And then what I'm adding now is an old earring. I took the backing off of it, and it's just one of those dangly charm earrings that had a little brass butterfly on the end of it. So I glued that into place, and then I am going to glue a very small pine cone right there in the center of the bow. So now it's got this cute little butterfly dangly charm and the pine cone. So now we are going to work on the back. And as you can see, I don't think I showed it, but I did clean up the back paint a little bit. I liked even the back to look nice and clean. I put my stuff in a gift shop, so in a local gift shop here in town, and so I like to make sure all of my things have a nice clean finished look, front and back. So I just hot glued some jute twine into place there for our hanger, and I used some coffee stained lace I had to cover and make it look nice on the back. And here's our finished product. I did go back and add that sprig of lavender to it just to help make the purple in the love sign and in the our dangling butterfly there pop. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.